How to deal with disappointment. I'm Andy Lou from Kalkinemedia and you are watching Kalkine Wellness. I hope to inspire you to lead a better quality of life naturally, and on today's show we will talk about disappointment, an emotion that everyone goes through at some point in their lives. And let's look at how to deal with it. Disappointment is inevitable, and learning to deal with disappointment is a part of a fulfilling life. How a person responds to disappointment is often influenced by their upbringing, actually. Some people try to avoid disappointment by setting their expectation unrealistically high, and some avoid by setting their expectations permanently low. Disappointment is a tricky emotion, though, I must admit. Not everyone can deal with it well, but difficult times and disappointments have positive sides too. Disappointment heightens your reaction to negative news, gives opportunities to learn and grow, and it actually makes a person stronger. Disappointment is characterised by a feeling of regret or sadness, often related to a loss. Now, this loss might be that of a loved one, a job, or it might be losses at the stock market, for example. Some people try to avoid disappointment by turning it into an underachiever attitude. They avoid taking risks to prevent themselves from being disappointed again. Sometimes people try to avoid disappointment by becoming overachievers. They believe that their expectation of perfection is appropriate and realistic, but sometimes that doesn't always work out, and ultimately it leads to further disappointment. One needs to maintain a proper balance between underachievement and, of course, overachievement to acquire inner strength to cope with constructively with inevitable setbacks. They'll always happen. So, here are some tips to overcome disappointment. Right, understand what has happened. Some situations are predictable and preventable, and some are unavoidable and beyond our control. But we need to differentiate between these two situations. This can help us deal with our frustrations more appropriately and healthily. Take a moment to wallow, if that's what you need, or if you're feeling low and disappointed, just let it out. You will find your sense of calm more easily if you allow yourself to calm down for that initial shock period. And don't forget to do a reality check. After calming down, step back and assess your situation from afar. Feelings are real, and to feel is to heal, but they're important to recognise. They may not always be correct. So it's also important to check if your expectations are actually reasonable. Don't set expectations too low or unrealistically too high. Start to know what's good for you and what's reasonable. While you may be wallowing to let your feelings out, don't stew in that other feeling, negativity. The longer you get agitated in disappointment, the more difficult it will be to come out of it, and there will be greater chances of getting depressed. Look for ways to overcome disappointment. Try to turn that negative emotion into a positive one. Always look at things from a balanced perspective. Avoid anxious reactions by lowering stress. That might help. Try to involve yourself in constructive activities such as meditating, walking, which can lower stress, listening to beautiful music, and just try to find things every day to do that can keep you calm. Try not to take others' reactions and their opinions to heart. Be secure in your own perspective and don't get too moved by other people's opinions. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be open to new ideas and facts and listening to their opinions. But penning down or journaling could help to a large extent to help you process it all and perhaps even release any pain and rebuild your inner strength. Also, try to just stay away from people who make a big deal about their disappointments. Often they can take you down and bring you down with themselves. So don't forget to breathe your way to a clear mind. Taking a few deep breaths will lower the stress hormones and can help you think straight in stressful situations. Breath is everything. So remember that disappointment helps you understand more about the world and correct our assumptions. You learn to process and work through your emotions in difficult times. While it might be impossible to avoid disappointment altogether, learning to tackle it can really go a long way in terms of health and wellness. And if you like this information, please like, share, and give me a comment on this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. For regular updates and information in general, do log on to our website, kalkinemedia.com. And you are watching Andy Lou and Wellness with Kalkine Media.